Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss the 1991 film of Beauty and the Beast, featuring the voices of Paige O'Hara, Robbie Benson, Richard White, Jerry Orbach, David Ogden Stiers, Angela Lansbury, Bradley Michael Pierce, Rex Everhart, Jesse Corti, and Hal Smith, directed by Gary Trousdale and Kirk Wise. Now, before I get into this, excuse me, um, I must say, I'm not doing the TV show with Linda Hamilton or Ron Perlman, nor am I doing the sequels. I'm doing this version as well as the 2017 version. I'm not going to do that Enchanted Christmas thing or whatever that other stuff is that came out after that, but here we go. But I have seen this movie before, lots of times for that matter, and what do I think of it? Well, let's get into it. Long ago, a prince who was obnoxious to a witch that sees he has no love and turns him into a hideous beast, voiced by Robbie Benson, until he finds a woman to love him. And this opening scene is the best way to set up the story, as there's so many stories about this story. Belle, voiced by Paige O'Hara, is a strange girl to a town that finds his scientist father, Maurice, voiced by Rex Everhart. In the singing with the songs works very well, as this is the scene where we're introduced to Gaston, voiced by Richard White, and LeFou, voiced by Jesse Corti. And Gaston has a handsome singing voice, in my opinion, anyways. And Richard White voices the character rather well of the Beast, as he wants to marry Belle. Oh no, he's not the Beast, he's Gaston. But, anyways, he wants to marry Belle, still makes fun of Maurice as she goes home with Maurice, needing help with his invention, which will eventually work as he goes to the fair of the inventions, which is in a city in the middle of the woods, as he's encountered by wolves, and they go after his horse. And the animation in this movie is great, as it's original. It's the original style Disney animation, other than that early stuff. Maurice goes to a castle owned by the Beast, and Cogsworth, voiced by David Ogden, Sears doesn't want him here, as he's confirmed by Lumiere, voiced by Jerry Orbach, Mrs. Potts, voiced by Angela Lansbury, and her son Chip, voiced by Bradley Michael Pierce. As the Beast is angry about a stranger coming in the house as they welcome him, as he traps him in a cage, and the scene I thought, uh-oh, he's in trouble. But it works, as we know some of these characters, as I like these characters because they're lovable, as the Beast will eventually be. Gaston asks Belle to marry him, but she declines, and the songs are great in this movie, as they're sung very well. Belle finds Maurice's horse and tells him he's in trouble, and tells her he's in trouble, and goes in the castle to find him, as she does, and she offers to take her father's place, and sees the Beast for the first time and puts her in a bedroom and demands her to have dinner with him. And I really like the writing in this movie, as we get to know the characters very well, as this is told better than movies like Beastly with Alex Pettyfer and Vanessa Hudgens, as this is a better movie than that movie was, as it was a remake. Not, and I'm not doing that either, to tell you the truth. Gaston sings a song about how he feels better, as he's the best at everything, and that song scared me as a kid, but the song is a good evil song today. Belle is introduced to Chip, Mrs. Potts, Wardrobe, and Cogsworth, as she's charmed by them, while the Beast has a talk with Lumiere and Mrs. Potts later on, and Cogsworth says she's not coming, and he loses his temper, and he tells her to starve, and has a magical mirror to watch Belle or anyone he wants And I did like that. That was a pretty cool trick. Meanwhile, Lumiere introduces himself to Belle as they sing about her being a guest called Be Our Guest. And that may be the second best song, as the very best is coming up. And the pacing in this movie is done right, as this is the right length, and that's going to be my biggest problem with the 2017 remake when I get to that film, is the pacing. But here, it's done right. Cogsworth gives Belle a tour of the castle, and she goes in a forbidden place called the West Wing, where the rose that keeps the beast cursed until he falls in love, as the beast comes in and finds her in there as he yells at her, "Get out." And she does leave, which is a sad scene, sure, but it'll lead her to her rescue against the wolves, as she's almost killed, and she brings him back and heals him and tells each other they shouldn't have done this, for example, in the first place, like the beast losing his temper as he works on it, and it'll lead to a great romance between the beauty and the beast. Gaston and LeFou hire a madman as LeFou waits for Belle and Maurice to get back home, while Maurice looks for Belle, and the beast tries to please Belle by doing something special like a surprise library full of books, as he gives it to her, and Belle falls for the beast, and she and the beast have a beautiful chemistry together as he works on being much nicer as she's falling in love with him. And this is such a beautiful love story. They have a dance practice with the song Beauty and the Beast, sung by Angela Lansbury, as this is the best song in this scene, and the credits as it makes perfect sense for the movie's title. The beast takes Belle outside to the balcony and shows her on the magic mirror Maurice almost dying, as the beast tells her to go to him, as he sets her free, and he'll stick with being a beast as he's depressed. He'll never experience love, as it is heartbreaking. Bill finds Maurice and gets back to the house with him, as Chip comes with them, as the madman comes to the house to collect Maurice, as the whole town laughs at him, and Gaston makes a suggestion to marry him, as she proves the beast is real, and Gaston has the whole town go get after the beast, as they march to the castle and trap Belle and Maurice, which is typical evil character, as Gaston is a monster, while Chip gets an idea on how to get Belle and Maurice can escape. As they get to the castle, Lemire and Cogsworth and others attack the humans to save their master and their castle, but Gaston gets to the beast as he fights and stabs the beast, as he wants the beast to fight back, but doesn't until Belle shows up and says to Gaston, "Get out." And Gaston doesn't and tries to kill the beast, as he does die briefly as a beast, but when Belle says "I love you" to the beast, the magic makes the beast a human prince again, and turns everything, including Lemire, Cogsworth, and Mrs. Potts, back to being human, as the beast and Belle marry each other and live happily ever after, as the climax is beautiful, and this movie is beautifully made by Disney Animation. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 8.7 out of 10. I like the songs, including Beauty and the Beast and Be Our Guest, and the other songs were very good. I like the characters, including Chip and Mrs. Potts and Lumiere, as they were great characters to watch. This is the best plot I've seen Disney having made, even though it's been a story for a very long time, sure. They executed it very well. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next time we'll be back with the 2017 version of Beauty and the Beast. And until next time, be our guest.